everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a semi-long video. Well, it's gonna be a long video, so I want to let you guys know it's gonna be longer, and there's some trigger warnings in here. I have some stuff about SRA, which is satanic ritual a use with the B, a B. So there will be some trigger warnings, but I feel as though that it is important to shed light on it and bring it to the attention so that we can know what's really going on out here. But I'm not gonna hold y'all. When I tell y'all we're gonna have a good day, a good video, and a good day, the heck, and we're gonna get through this. But I'm letting you guys know there is some trigger warnings in here, and I giving you a heads up in advance. But we got a good lineup today, and let's just get to the content, y'all, because when I tell y'all it has been a struggle to try to get this video recorded, it has been a struggle, but we're not gonna let that get in our way because we got to do what we gotta do. But I ain't gonna hold you. So remember, you guys, do your own research. I'm just here to make you think about it, and then you go do your own research about it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna hold y'all, as I say all the time. Let's get straight to the content. Let go. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, and sub up if you are subscribed. What are you waiting for? It's free. Now let's get to the content. Let go.
How many of y'all have been to Epcot? Or how many of y'all have been to Disney World and gone in the ride Epcot? They've been doing it and telling us to our face the whole time. I was 19, 20 years old the first time I ever went to Disney. And Epcot, out of the 5 parks or 6 parks I went to, Epcot was one of them. And nothing is a coincidence. Nothing's by mistake, let me just tell you that. I hated Disney. Didn't know why I hated it at that time, but being enlightened, I realized instinctually my body did not fit Disney. And this ride right here, I remember very detailed. It was about sustainable living and futuristic cities. The whole Epcot city is a futuristic city. It's a smart city. They've been programming us for a very long time to get indoctrinated to this smart city era. And we had no idea. Going all the way down to our movies, our sports, and our amusement parks. Hence why I literally talk about Epic City in Texas right here points to Walt Disney's original Epcot concept. And you're about to see a whole lot of things thinking Disney. Again, indoctrination to make y'all think it's okay. Listen, if it's based behind Disney, it can't be bad for us. Hence this woke agenda. Hence the MK we're getting through the cell phones and movies. And think about it. Have y'all seen The Electric State? Have you seen any movie that's speaking about AI, robotics, or smart cities at all? Aren't they pointing us in direction? A symbiotic relationship with your cell phone to go to a Neuralink? Things are looking crazy. I just here to make a point to you. If you've been to Disney World, you've been getting MK for the longest, and they've been telling us what their plan's been. Right to our face. And it's funny, I'm linking the dots, and some of you bots out there are still calling me fucking crazy, even right now. Can't make this shit up. Peace to the gods. Epcot is a model of a smart city. And you didn't know it. Peace to the gods.
Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Let's keep going. to put in the kids' room? Y'all let me know what y'all put that in y'all kids' room. Let's keep going.
We drink this consistently. It's like our body is fighting to remain in homeostasis. We're continuing to drink things that are so acidic like this. What happens if you decide, today I'm going to take home a whole gallon of this water and I'm going to drink it, I'm going to replenish my body the right way? You're instantly going to be giving your cells that proper hydration. You're gonna feel it. Many people, some people are more sensitive than others. That's all it takes to drink it. That thumbs up. Now, yeah, the sparkling water. I can't do it because of the carbonation. The moment we go back to drinking something like this, right away, right back to acidity. You're right back.
That's unfortunate. But why? Why? What's the point? What is it for? Because I don't know. Yeah, wow.
Deaths have been confirmed and an unknown number of people are still trapped under the rubble after a magnitude 7.7 earthquake struck Thailand and Myanmar Friday. The earthquake caused a high-rise building in Bangkok to collapse, where at least 3 people were killed and rescue workers searched for survivors. The building was under construction and had a crane on top of it when it collapsed into a cloud of dust. Thousands rushed into the streets in the city to evacuate buildings. In Myanmar, where the earthquake was centered, part of the royal palace and other buildings were damaged, including pagodas. Strong shaking and damage were even reported in China's Yunnan and Sichuan provinces.
Wow. Prayers up to everybody that was affected by this 7.7 magnitude earthquake. Wow, that's scary. Like, that's some scary stuff. Ooh.
A massive foot showed up after the 7.7 earthquake that happened last week in Thailand, and people believe it might be a sign of God. And for those of you that are not aware, in Bangkok last week, a 7.7 earthquake hit, collapsing buildings and destroying a large part of Bangkok. Some of the footage was absolutely insane. It looked like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. So a few days after all of this had happened, this appeared. And I think what we're actually looking at here is not an invisible foot, but it could be an imprint in the sand. So some people again believe that this has something to do with the second coming of Christ. I'm not extremely well versed with the Bible, but this person believes that Isaiah 66:1, "Thus says the Lord, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstep." People are quoting other scriptures in the Bible. I actually do remember this one from when I grew up. The Lord walked on the earth and it shook. There's been no video recordings of any giant people or God walking on earth. So who knows what this is from, but what do you guys think about this?
Well, number one, it's footstool. Not what he said, but it's footstool. Secondly, that did look like a foot. Like, what is that? Oh my goodness. That's creepy as crap. Ugh.
As far as I see everybody saying it's a sundown town. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it. What they say in the Georgia mountains, where the 2 twins got missing there, got killed. Where they said, hey, it was a murder-suicide, that they did it to themselves. But people saying, hey, they wouldn't do this to themselves. And everybody's saying it's a sundown town. I've seen...
I knew something was wrong about the whole story. There is no way that someone could have paid me to believe that those 2 boys that went missing on top of that mountain did that to themselves. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, twin boys, 19 years old, Quadir and Nazir Lewis, went missing when they was on their way to Boston. And they were found on top of a mountain in Georgia. And police was trying to make people think that it was a murder-suicide. Come on, we're not stupid. So now they're saying that a volunteer firefighter, and I'm calling him a volunteer firefighter because people keep calling him an actual firefighter, and he's not. Scott Curlin, age 42, was arrested for taking pictures at the scene of the crime. You know that's tampering with evidence, right? My question is, what was you doing up there? Why were you taking pictures? For what reason? People always find a way to tell on themselves. And not saying that he had anything to do with it. But why were you there? For what reason? Why were you taking pictures? Did you move anything around? Reality is right now, we know for a fact that those boys didn't go up there by themselves. It's not what the police are saying. We also know that another person met their fate on top of that mountain as well. I'm actually about to jump down this rabbit hole because we need as many people talking about this as possible, because guess what? We don't want to let them sweep this under the rug. We want to find out the truth. I'm out.
Rest in peace to those young men. Yeah, if it don't smell right, it smell fishy. Yeah. But in all seriousness, it smells like some that ain't right. And I pray justice for them. Let's keep going.
So there's this new commercial from Universal Studios that I want y'all to look at, and this proves that we're about to go through a shift. We're going through some type of portal, because this thing is popping up everywhere, and I want you to pay attention. Look what it says, y'all. It says the portals are opening on a new theme park. Now, we all know Earth is a theme park herself because we go through these roller coasters, whether it be emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, and now we just ended an age, the age of the Kali Yuga, and now we're ascending into the new age, the golden age, the Satya Yuga. And I truly believe we're about to go through this fundamental shift where this is going to bring some people to a new world. Literally, there's a great split that's about to happen. Check this video out, y'all, and I'm gonna show y'all. See, look at that, look at that, look. We're going through a portal. Y'all see that? Epic universe. So could this be alluding to the fact that some of us are going to be entering a new universe soon? Because check this out. Because right over here, you have the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, presenting Donald Trump with this FIFA trophy that opens up just like the commercial from Universal Studios. Y'all, look at this. Again, and in the middle of it, y'all see that. Y'all see the atom. Y'all see that. I'm going to go deeper into this, but y'all take a look at this. And then he hands the key over to Donald Trump. We already know what Donald Trump represents. Now I want you to check this out, y'all. Shout out to the brother Holistic Remedies for pointing this out, y'all. But check this out. I've been showing you guys this. You can clearly see there's multiple. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that? And in the Bible and many other books, it tells you that God is a wheel within a wheel. So again, y'all, a big shift is taking place, and I believe this year is going to be the first wave of it, where a whole bunch of us is going to get catapulted to a new place. People are talking about a separation. This is the great separation that's taking place right now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? The shift is here. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Well, like I said in my last video, in Ezekiel, it does say that angels look like a wheel in the middle of a wheel. So, however, Epic Universe is interested with this portal thing, but I will be scheduling. I think it opens this summer, but I'll be scheduling. I'm not gonna say I'm going this summer because I got something else going on, but I'm gonna be going, and we're gonna be doing a reaction to these portals and things like that. Cause why? But yeah, interesting. Let's keep going.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. I am back with some groundbreaking information. If you're new to this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. But today we're going to be breaking down the complexities of the esoteric infrastructure of the black nobility, who are black faces who hide behind the perception of the European power structure and the matrix system through eugenics programs, economic disenfranchisement, dehumanization, and Eurocentric theology that takes you away from your sovereign capacity as an indigenous person in the geographical landmass of America. So as I told you before, The unseen hand is the hidden hand, and the hidden hand is the black hand, and the black hand is the black nobility, right? So all throughout ancient history, all they did was a bait and switch. They did a bait and switch and gave you the false perception of Europeans being in power when really it's the black nobility who are black faces, right? So right here, you're looking at Charles V was actually a swarthy man, right? So all they did was a reverse of frequency, right? Inverted knowledge. In analogy and microbiology, you would know that you get the recessive from the dominant. You don't get the dominant from the recessive. So that you have to understand that they got their concepts and ideologies of white supremacy from black people who was already on the planet way before them, because they wasn't created until 4086 BC, right? So now we're going to get into some theological context, because all this is basically prophetic, right? Now, when you go to the L's Holy Injil, which is basically a transliteration of the book of Revelation, and you go to Revelation 17:17, right? It says verbatim that the evil reptilian that is going to give their kingdom to the beast. Now, who is the beast, right? The beast is basically the personification of the Canaanite bloodline who was cursed with leprosy. And these are also connected to the Pflugerod bloodline, who have 6 ethergenetical properties that has the same DNA sequence as animals, right? So that's why I said, like, the beast is basically a personification of the cursed bloodline. The evil reptilian is the personification of the black nobility who are connected to the jealous god Enlil, right? The 200 fallen angels.
Ooh, he was cooking. You guys go and sub up to him and listen to some of his content. B-Dale, he does a lot of in-depth analysis and in-depth breakdowns of the black nobility, draconians, all of this stuff that was not readily taught to us in school and not, a norm for us to learn. He breaks it down pretty well. So you guys go ahead and sub up to him. Shout out to him. Let's keep going. Let go.
Today's youth is crazy angry and they're learning faster. And America is scared to death of that shit. They gonna blow us up before they let us come into power. You can believe that shit. All that shit's gonna burn. All of it.
So you believe in some kind of Armageddon?
Yeah, most definitely. We in the last times and days right now. The Illuminati's in effect. See, the Illuminati ain't nothing but like, it's gonna be a second Great Depression out here in America. Except this time, corporate America's prepared themselves for it. Meaning when it hits, their money is gonna be safe. As far as the rest of us that don't own our own businesses and things of that nature, so we're gonna be killing each other in the streets, man. Mad Max and Beyond Terror Dome and all that, it's gonna be on, man. And they're gonna have to blow us up, which is what they're gonna do.
Damn, he was cooking. Let's go.
I don't even like everybody praying for me.
No, they're not. They're praying, but not for the good, though.
That's right. So I don't.
Yeah, so, but I pray for you. Don't.
Please don't. Why you do that?
Because I already know.
What did God say? God should have told you, look, she don't want you to. She told me, don't be accepting prayers from you for her. So,
Yeah, I don't take prayers from everybody. Don't pray for me. No, thank you.
Aaliyah, what they did with her is the same thing that Quaker Mutwa talks about in his thing, where he talks about they could get the energy of a young girl and put them in the bed with an old man, and they can draw her energy. Aaliyah, what they did with Aaliyah is, although they sacrificed her, they did the movie Akasha, which means black substance and it's also a goddess in India and in Africa. They got Aaliyah, they didn't really kill her right off. What they did was they took Aaliyah, and they was doing sex rituals with her for maybe about a year or two after she so-called supposedly died. Okay. As a matter of fact, the sister I'm with, she got this thing where a lot of dead people show up complaining to her when they die. So she said Aaliyah visited her and was telling her about this. But it makes a lot of sense now. So they do all kinds of stuff like that.
Well, all R.I.P. to Aaliyah. Woo. And if you guys don't know what movie he's talking about Queen of the Damned. Check it out if you guys have some time. It's a pretty good movie.
Please give us a little peace. I ain't slept in 2 years.
A mother sold her 6-year-old daughter to a hospital for $1,100 as a way to get her eyes and skin. Jocelyn Smith waited more than 6 hours after she first noticed her 6-year-old daughter, Jocelyn Smith, missing on February 19 before calling police. Police said a piece of the child's clothing was found near the cabin and shed where Jocelyn lives. The clothing has been sent to a lab for testing. Community members involved in the search leaked that the clothing was stained with a red liquid and a knife was also found. Police said she appeared calm during the frantic search and seemed more concerned about the whereabouts of her boyfriend than the missing child. A local pastor testified in court that he heard Smith talking about selling her child for 20,000 rand, the equivalent of $1,100, although she preferred to accept the lower figure of $275, and another witness said she saw Smith putting some of her clothes into a black bag before she went to meet a woman believed to be a doctor. Jocelyn has still not been found, and police have not provided any new details about the discovery. Ms. Smith has now been arrested and charged along with her boyfriend, Jacques Annapolis, and their friend, Stephen Overeem. All three have pleaded not guilty to their respective charges and are currently on trial in South Africa.
Put him under the jail. And it was a witch doctor. Not just a regular doctor, a witch doctor. Baby. Yes, indeed. Let's keep going, y'all.
It seems like a movie.
I won't forgive myself unless I say something.
A nightmare.
My place that I could sleep was in the bathtub.
A living hell.
When you side with a victim and you believe a story that somebody has said like me, it puts people in a moral dilemma. I'm essentially asking people to rewrite their entire version of reality.
For 13 years, reality for Teal Swan was that of a satanic cult. The young girl who grew up near Preston, Idaho, was taken in by a family friend at age 6.
Because I got a front row seat to more than a few of these people. And the reality is that they come from extremely traumatic situations, and that's what turns them off emotionally and makes them not only want to, but capable of doing the things that they keep doing.
Life, according to Swan, consisted of abuse, both physically and sexually, and murder. The stories she shares are simply hard to hear.
So he'd be driving and suddenly he'd be like 20, 19, 18. He'd like pull over to the side of the road, and that was my cue that I was supposed to get out of the car and then run, basically. And I was supposed to evade him. And so it was like for a timed period of like 2 or 3 hours, I would be trying to run away from him while he tracked me. And if he caught me, I would get punished. Like my rib cage is covered in these scars because he would count coup. Back then, I got really proud of myself when I would get away from him, instead of realizing that I was being chased through the woods by somebody who killed him.
How many children did you watch him?
I can remember, well, him specifically, not the group 5.
So you physically watched him 5?
Yeah.
How many did you witness?
Probably 7 over the course of my life, I think. Yeah.
Teal thought of escaping, telling someone, anything to get out, but fear would stop her.
One of the first programs that was done on me like that, he had me breathing and then go through an elaborate visualization where he was walking me through my home, having just told, okay, you just told people about me, and you just told people who you really are. So what do you see hanging from the rafters? I shrugged my shoulders. He goes, do you see that that's your mother? Do you see that her blood is all over the floor?
Teal knows many won't believe her. What she says is hard to confirm, but what she shares is also the focus of dozens of investigations around the country. Lieutenant Larry Jones, a former Boise police officer, was instrumental in a Department of Justice report on cult rituals. The report admits crimes like these are hard to prove, but says it is imperative that the cases be solved. In Teal's case, which she says was turned over to police, no charges have ever been filed.
I think that we're in a time where we have to open up to these a lot darker aspects of the human psyche. We have to admit that these things go on, and we have to provide ways for both sides of the equation to heal.
In most documented cases of ritual abuse, it's often close friends or family who commit the crime. Teal says the issue is bigger than anyone can ever imagine.
I think with every single case that we see coming out with this, people are more forced to accept the reality that this stuff occurs instead of just discrediting every single one of us, which has been the status quo for so long. It's really easy to write us off and say we're mentally ill. Most of us who go through these scenarios, we think that, you know, it's happening because we deserve it, or it's happening because we're evil, or some stupid thing like that. Sorry, I'm like...
You're okay.
Bless her heart and all the other kids and people that have been a victim of SRA. There's nothing else I could say after that. Yeah, let's just keep going. Wow.
These 4 deputies, all 4 from Harris County, Texas, gone within 6 weeks, and they're putting a big S word on it. I don't know, y'all. Something about this is not right at all. I get it. Stress is real. Mental health is real. I'm not dismissing that. I'm just saying, all 4 of these people, same county, same office, all gone within 6 weeks from unaliving themselves? Something is not adding up, y'all. It gotta be something hidden deeper behind the scenes. Were they about to speak on something? Or were they involved on something that was about to get brought to the light? Like, what the hell is going on? The thing I don't like is how fast they swept this shit under the rug. They just like, oh yeah, they all 4 of them unalived themselves, and that's the end of the case. But I'm telling y'all, when you see patterns like this, it's not just a coincidence. Somebody knows something or somebody saw something. I feel like they cleaning house. Something went down in Harris County that they probably knew about and they didn't want to come to light. So these people might have had some answers. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
Wow. Rest in peace to them, and my thoughts and prayers are with their family. And shout out to Houston, you know, the H-Town. Not on no, you know, because, you know, that's be occultic stuff too. So, but H-Town is like my second home. So, you know, that's like, you know, it might not be like my NOLA, because, you know, that's home. But, you know, I rocks with Houston. Like, Houston and I, the ties and the love and the history, and I lived like 15 years in Houston, maybe longer than that. You know, Houston is like, yeah. So shout out to you, H-Town.
This TV show is the reason I believe in the Mandela effect.
Did we travel back in time? Damn it, it's the same year. The machine created random changes to the present by altering small events in the past. Now we're in timeline B, where I have no mustache, and the Berenstein Bears are spelled Berenstain Bears.
Bears aside, is this gonna make us any money?
Marty, this machine alters reality itself. If we can perfect it, we can become gods, and no one can stop us. Do it quick.
The machine is decorated unholy godlike forces not from man. That's our job.
Who the hell are you, Dorito-headed dipshit?
We are the power behind all things, the true rulers of the world. We ask only that you dismantle Project Reboot.
Was going crazy over the Fruit of the Loom logo not actually having a cornucopia, even though a bunch of people remembered the cornucopia. Yeah, probably one of the most popular Mandela effects, right? Well, people are waking up today realizing that there's more. This one's a little different because it has to do with avocados. People specifically remember one of the most popular avocado distributors being called Hass Avocados. It's not Haas, H-A-A-S, it's Hass, H-A-S-S. This has so many people arguing, specifically people who work in grocery stores and actually have to go type in or write the name of Hass Avocados on signs. There's no way that it's Hass. It's always been Haas. Another one is stovetop stuffing. People are tripping out over this. Do you remember which manufacturer makes stovetop stuffing? If you said Stouffer's, you're wrong. It was never made by Stouffer's. And the last one, you might want to ask your grandma or grandpa about this one. Depends adult diapers. Did it have an S on it? Apparently not. It's always been Depend adult diapers. It seems like one half of people are like, no, these were always the way that they are here in this video. And this is kind of like the Skechers Mandela effect, where people just commonly misspelled it. Like Skechers never had the T in it. It's always been spelled like this, but so many people remember the T. And the other half of people are like, no, this is crazy. This is how it never was. I think the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia is always going to take the cake though. There was always a cornucopia. Either way, it's pretty interesting. Do you remember these being one way or the other?
Woo! Let me know what y'all think about it and what y'all remember in the comments. Yes, indeed.
April, May, June, Seoul, July, August, September, October. April, May, June, Seoul, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's the order of the 13-month calendar. So we're gonna dig in a little bit deeper on that, but I forgot. April Fools was Happy New Year, you guys, because technically the New Year is on April 1st, April Fool's Day. You know, some people argue this sometime at the end of March, but you know, we're gonna go deeper in that, but not this one. We'll give a little snippet, but we're gonna go deeper on this in maybe the next video or two. I can't remember. But and lastly, Soul. So Soul would be the month that's in between June and July. That's the month that's missing. And this is some information on Soul right here. But let's keep going.
Check this out. Give me some volume on this. The 741 A440 link came out of military research in the 1930s.
This is the proof right here. Sunday as the first day, March as the first month. That's not what any calendar I've ever hung on my wall has shown. Why did everything change? Who decided to flip the script and shift the months around?
In fact, it was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to A440 hertz frequency. That when you tune your instrument to that, the F sharp note is 741. Precisely. Not 7.41.1 or 0.2, it's 741, which meant that there was a clear, scientifically researched intent, and indeed that's exactly what happened. The 741 A440 link came out of military research in the 1930s. To induce psychosocial stress and dis-ease to the max, it was selected that A440 would be the standard tuning for the Western world. In fact, quote, mass hysteria, end quote, could be induced by instituting that frequency. And now you begin to explain why you went from the era of Frank Sinatra, where women would mostly swoon over Frank. Suddenly, Elvis Presley, rioting began.
I mean, it's cooking.
Did you know that turtle shells hold a secret calendar? Every turtle, from giant sea turtles to smaller box turtles, carries a perfect 13-month calendar on its back. If you examine a turtle's shell closely, you'll notice an outer ring representing the 28 days in a lunar month, and the larger scales inside symbolize the 13 moons in a lunar year. In Native American legends, these 13 scales on the turtle shells reveal the cycles of the moon and changing seasons. The moon orbits the Earth in about 28 days, completing 13 cycles in a year, resulting in a 13-month calendar with 28 days. This is equivalent to 364 days plus 1 day of rest. Just like how God rested on the 7th day on Saturday. Many Native Americans embraced the wisdom of the turtle shell, following a 13-month calendar aligned with the moon cycles. Across cultures like the Scots, Norse, Polynesians, and Native Americans, the turtle's wisdom guided them, connecting humanity with the sun, moon, and stars. The Hindu depiction of Earth or the world turtle, also called the cosmic turtle, shows a giant turtle supporting the world. The term September means 7, yet it's the 9th month, while October means 8 but is the 10th month. This naming confusion persists through November and December. Historically, there's evidence, like a 1775 Bible, showing a 13-month calendar, but the Gregorian calendar, introduced in 1582, with 12 months, shifted January to the first month. April Fool's Day traces back to this calendar shift, originating in the 16th century when Pope Gregory XIII switched the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. News traveled slowly back then, and not everyone knew about or was willing to change to the new calendar to celebrate the new year. Those who continued to celebrate the new year in the spring were often ridiculed and made the butt of jokes, giving rise to April Fool's Day. The irony deepens when you realize that April 1st aligns with the Earth's renewal, as plants and trees start to blossom again. It's almost as if nature itself marks the start of a new year.
I mean, it's nothing much I need to say. It cooked. It cooked. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think. So everybody, we made it to the end of the video. I know it was really long. It was informative. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have anything that you want me to cover. Y'all can start leaving comments. Let me know so I can start putting them in the loop and we can cover them. Once again, this is our community. This is our home. This is our family. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I put a lot of time and energy and effort into this and to finding the content so that I could keep things kind of like in order, but in the same sections, kind of keep it all together and making sense. But if you guys want me to change anything, any type of suggestions, ideas, let me know. Hit me up in the comments and then let me know how you guys thought about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you're not subscribed. But until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.